There is something beautifully humbling about speaking on the subject of marriage. Because marriage, for all its joy, laughter, and shared dreams, is not a destination. It's a journey taken hand in hand, one step at a time, through sunshine and storms, across mountaintops and valleys. And today, I want to talk about the very heart of that journey, not the wedding day, not the anniversaries or the big vacations, not even the birth of your children, but the everyday moments. The ordinary, the mundane, the forgotten, the Tuesday morning coffee, the mismatched socks, the way your partner chews a little too loudly, the tired, good night, whispered after a long day. Because hidden inside these small, often overlooked corners of marriage is a treasure trove, of joy, of meaning, of love. And it is in these moments, my friends, that the soul of a marriage is found. We live in a world that glorifies the grand, Instagrammable anniversaries, surprise proposals, honeymoon photos on yachts. These are beautiful, no doubt. But they are just snapshots. They are not the film reel of marriage. They are the fireworks, bright, loud, and fleeting. Real marriage is not built on fireworks. It is built on candlelight, small, steady flames that flicker day after day, lighting our way. It's the daily choosing, the daily kindness, the daily forgiveness. That's where the joy lives. And yet so often, we look for happiness in the high points, the birthday gifts, the weekend getaways, the career successes. And we forget that everyday joy is quieter. It hides in plain sight. Have you ever watched your spouse sleeping and suddenly felt overwhelmed with love? That quiet awe, that is joy. Have you ever laughed uncontrollably together over something silly? That shared giggle, that is joy. Have you ever cooked dinner side by side, each doing your part, dancing around the kitchen, and felt deeply connected? That choreography of daily life, that is joy. Joy isn't rare in marriage. We just stop noticing it. 2. The power of attention. The greatest gift you can give your marriage is not money, or roses, or perfect vacations. It is attention. Attention to the little things. Attention to your partner's mood when they walk in the door. Attention to how they like their coffee. Attention to their fears, their dreams, their funny stories. Because when we stop paying attention, we start drifting. And when we drift, we miss the small miracles of daily life. Think about this. How often do you really look into your partner's eyes when they talk? Not just listen, but see them. Their expressions, their unspoken thoughts, their tiredness, their hope. Joy is born in those moments of presence. One husband once told me that after years of marriage, he had a habit of tuning his wife out when she talked about her day. It's the same stuff, he said. The same coworkers, the same errands. Nothing exciting. Then one day, she stopped telling him. And he realized, the things she shared weren't just about the events. They were a way of offering her world to him. And by brushing them off, he was saying, your world doesn't matter. That day, he started listening again. And you know what happened? He began to see her again. Not as his wife, the role, but as the woman he once fell in love with. And in seeing her, he fell in love all over again. 3. Embracing the messy moments. Let me be real with you, marriage is messy. It's bills and dirty laundry. It's disagreement about how to load the dishwasher. It's in-laws, job stress, and miscommunications. It's toothpaste caps and thermostat wars. But it's also inside those messy moments that the deepest intimacy is born. Because when your spouse sees you at your worst, grumpy, unshowered, anxious, and still chooses you, that is love. When you disagree but come back to say, I'm sorry, and I want us to be okay. That is love. When you fold their clothes even though they forgot your anniversary, again, not because they deserve it, but because you choose to love. That is love, and there's joy in that. Quiet, steady joy. You see, joy in marriage doesn't come from perfection. It comes from embracing imperfection, together. It's knowing that you are flawed, and so are they, and choosing to love anyway. 4. Creating rituals of connection. One way to find joy in everyday marriage moments is to create small rituals, little anchors in the sea of busyness. Maybe it's coffee together every morning before the kids wake up. Maybe it's texting each other during the day just to say, thinking of you. Maybe it's holding hands during the movie, even if you've seen it before. Maybe it's praying together before bed, or kissing goodbye every time one of you leaves the house. These rituals are not extravagant, but they are sacred, because they say, you matter to me, even in the middle of the chaos. And over time, they become the foundation of your love story. Not the grand gestures, but the daily affirmations. 5. Choosing joy over resentment. Marriage is not 50-50. Some days, it's 90/10ths. Some weeks, it's 20/80ths. There will be seasons when one of you is carrying more, emotionally, physically, financially. And resentment can creep in. Why do I always have to? Why don't they ever? Don't they see how tired I am? But in those moments, you have a choice. You can choose resentment, which leads to distance. Or you can choose curiosity, empathy, grace. What's weighing on them right now? How can I love them better today? Can I offer without keeping score? Joy grows in marriages where love is given freely, not bargained or tallied. And when both partners commit to giving generously, joy becomes a daily companion. 6. Finding joy through gratitude. One of the simplest ways to rediscover joy in your marriage is to practice gratitude. Every day, name one thing you're grateful for about your spouse. Say it out loud, write it down, whisper it before bed. Gratitude shifts your focus. Instead of seeing what they forgot to do, you start seeing what they did do. Instead of noticing their faults, you begin to notice their efforts. Instead of waiting for them to change, you start appreciating who they are. And suddenly, joy shows up. Uninvited, unexpected, but always welcome. 7. Weathering storms together. There will be hard seasons. No marriage is immune. Sickness, loss, betrayal, depression, infertility, financial hardship, these storms test even the strongest bonds. But here's the truth, joy is not the absence of pain. Joy is what holds you when pain comes. Joy is found in the way you sit quietly beside your grieving spouse. In the way you keep showing up even when your marriage feels heavy. In the way you say, "We're in this together." Storms do not mean your marriage is failing. Sometimes, the storm is where you learn how deep your roots go. And after the rain, joy can grow even stronger. 8. Falling in love again and again. You do not marry just one person. Over the years, your partner will change. So will you. You will become different people, shaped by time, experience, parenthood, loss, growth. But if you pay attention, if you stay curious, you will fall in love over and over again. With their evolving dreams, with their new passions, with the lines on their face that weren't there on your wedding day. Don't cling to who they were. Embrace who they are becoming. Because every version of them holds a new joy waiting to be discovered. 9. Leaving a legacy of love. Your marriage is not just for you, it is a living legacy. Your children, if you have them, are watching how you speak to each other, how you solve problems, how you laugh, how you forgive. They are learning what love looks like by watching you. But even if you don't have children, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers, they see you. Your marriage is a light. And when you find joy in the everyday, you give the world hope. You remind people that love is not just something we feel, it's something we choose every single day. So today, I invite you to slow down. To see again. To notice the way your spouse brings you coffee, maybe without saying a word. To smile when they do that same old joke, because you know it brings them joy. To sit close, hold hands, listen with your heart. To say thank you more. To say, I love you, even when it's been a hard day. To let the ordinary become holy. Because the joy we are searching for is not out there. It's right here, in the way they reach for you in the night. In the socks left on the floor, proof that you are not alone. In the long, quiet afternoons where nothing dramatic happens, just life, unfolding, beautifully and imperfectly. Find joy in those moments. Because, those are the moments that make a marriage. Thank you.